Why is it that some people spend their entire lives working tirelessly, yet never seem to escape the grip of financial struggle, while others appear to attract wealth almost effortlessly, as though fortune itself bends in their favor? The answer isn't found in luck or even in education. It's not strictly about how many hours you put in, nor is it simply about working harder than those around you. The real invisible difference lies deeper, hidden in the mindset that shapes every thought, decision, and action related to money. From childhood, most people inherit a poverty-based thought system. These beliefs may come from well-meaning parents warning us to play it safe or avoid risk, from teachers who teach us to follow the rules, or from a society that glorifies comfort and stability over boldness and innovation. These lessons are rarely questioned, and as a result, most people unconsciously adopt a script that keeps them trading time for money, focusing on immediate needs rather than long-term value, and above all, fearing loss more than they desire gain. Contrast this with the mindset of the wealthy. Millionaires, contrary to popular belief, are not just lucky. They have trained their minds to see the world differently. Where the average person sees obstacles, they see opportunities. Where most people think about how to save pennies, the wealthy focus on how to create value and leverage their time. Their mindset isn't about chasing money. It's about positioning themselves where money naturally flows. The broke mindset is focused on scarcity. It's rooted in the belief that there's never enough money, time, opportunity, or luck. People trapped in this mindset focus on saving every cent, avoiding risks, and seeking comfort above all else. Their primary concern is security, so they cling to stable jobs, avoid investments, and rarely venture outside their comfort zones. They measure success in terms of how little they lose, not how much they create. On the other hand, the millionaire mindset is built on abundance. It's about playing the long game and understanding the compounding effect of consistent strategic action. Millionaires create systems and processes that allow them to solve valuable problems at scale. They understand that money is simply a byproduct of value creation. They think in terms of return on investment, not just cost. For every dollar spent, they ask, what value does this create? How can this return more to me in the future? Another difference is how each mindset views risk. The broke avoid risk at all costs, seeing it as a threat. The wealthy, however, understand that all growth involves risk. They don't take reckless gambles, but they do take calculated risks, always weighing the potential reward against the possible downside. They know that avoiding all risk is, ironically, the riskiest move of all, because it guarantees stagnation. Responsibility is also a key dividing line. The average person avoids responsibility for their financial situation, blaming the economy, their upbringing, or circumstances beyond their control. The rich, however, seek control. They look for ways to take ownership of outcomes, knowing that with greater responsibility comes greater power to shape their destiny. Consumption versus creation is another critical difference. The poor consume. They buy things, spend money as fast as they earn it, and seek immediate gratification. The rich create. They invest, build assets, and focus on producing value that others are willing to pay for. They understand that the only path to lasting wealth is to create more than they consume. Even the way each mindset handles failure is radically different. Those with a poverty mindset see failure as proof they should give up. To them, a setback is evidence that success isn't for them. The wealthy, by contrast, see failure as feedback, a lesson to refine their approach, adapt, and try again. They know that every failure brings them closer to success, as long as they learn from it. But perhaps the most important distinction is self-image. Before a single dollar is earned, the seeds of wealth are planted in the mind. If you believe deep down that you are not worthy of wealth, you will unconsciously sabotage every opportunity. Limiting beliefs about what you deserve or what is possible act like invisible chains. Millionaires work relentlessly to rewire their self-image. They audit their thoughts as carefully as an investor audits a portfolio, cutting out scarcity and doubt, replacing them with discipline, resilience, and a belief in their long-term vision. This isn't about temporary motivation or positive thinking. It's about psychological reprogramming, changing the patterns of thought that shape your reality. Millionaires don't just think rich. They think in models, patterns, and systems. They look for leverage points, ask better questions, and see trends before the masses do. They avoid temptations that provide short-term pleasure, but undermine long-term success. While the world is addicted to speed and distraction, the wealthy seek mastery over their time. They know that time, not money, is the ultimate asset. Millionaires are voracious learners. They read what others ignore, listen more than they speak, and surround themselves with people who challenge them to grow, not those who simply offer approval. They value clarity and often seek solitude to think deeply about their goals, strategies, and next moves. While most fear being alone with their thoughts, the wealthy crave it, knowing that clarity is a superpower. And perhaps most powerfully, millionaires understand that money flows to those who solve valuable problems. They don't wake up asking, "How do I make more money?" Instead, they ask, "What problem am I uniquely equipped to solve?" That one shift in perspective changes everything. When you focus on solving problems for others, money becomes a natural result. So if you find yourself stuck, struggling, or broke, don't start by chasing money. Start by examining your mindset. Challenge the beliefs you've inherited about wealth, risk, and your own self-worth. Learn to see failure as feedback, responsibility as power, and problems as opportunities. Because until you master the mind that holds the money, no amount of external success will ever be enough. The invisible difference is internal, and once you see it, you'll never look at wealth the same way again.